All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with another live stream, bringing you this time Liverpool versus Chelsea match preview. Big match lined up, ladies and gentlemen. Blockbuster match lined up. This is going to be big. Obviously, a few days ago, we've all heard the news. Jurgen Klopp has announced that he's going to leave Liverpool Football Club at the end of this season. And this has obviously spiced up the season a lot more. It spiced up this particular fixture a lot more because this is the first Premier League fixture after that announcement from Jurgen Klopp. So you best believe this. There's going to be a lot of emotions from Liverpool's side, which I'm going to talk about because I don't give 2 cents about that emotion. Obviously, they've since played a particular match in the FA Cup and they've spanked Norwich. So this match, a lot of people predicting that Chelsea are going to get whooped. You know, the emotions are going to be high for Liverpool. The narrative, the story is that the Liverpool players, they have something to play for. But I'm here to say that no, Chelsea Football Club, the players of Chelsea Football Club, the manager of Chelsea Football Club, we've definitely got something to play for. We cannot be going to Anfield and just bending over backwards so that Liverpool can just have their way with us. No, it ain't going to go down like this. Well, it's not how I want it to go down anyway. I'm not expecting a victory. I mean, if we get a victory, I think that'll be a massive bonus. But I want fight. I want a game plan, a clear, distinct game plan, and I want that game plan to be executed. And at a bare minimum, I'd like to see a draw. I think if we're able to go to Anfield and get a draw at this current stage, where we are in the Premier League, where we are under Pochettino, I think that is going to be somewhat acceptable. Going out there losing, the next few fixtures will define. Honestly, it will define whether Pochettino is really cut out for it or not. We already have established the owners, the board. Yeah, they're doing some funny things. They've got no balance for this particular team. Just bringing in young players after young players after young players with a lot of inexperience thrown with it. So Pochettino, the next few matches, Liverpool, Wolves, Aston Villa, the replay for the FA Cup. These 3 games are huge. We're literally only a few points away. I'm just having a look at the table right now. By the way, big up to each and every one of you guys. Big up to James Atwood. Big up to Matt Zander, Skylar, NBC Sports. Big up to you as well, my man. Iki. I have a feeling we can win. Yeah, man. Why not? BJ, big up to you as well, my man. NBC Sports, you're my favorite miss. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Joshua, big up to you. Arnesh. We've got Naom, Apata, Thomas, Great Ehian, Valan, my boy, Dexter. A lot of you guys are here, which is fantastic to see. All right. We're literally, I'm just having a look at the table. We're 10th at the moment with 31 points. Man United on 32 points. Obviously, they've got a game against Wolves. Brighton on 32 points, so we can leapfrog Brighton. We can take over Newcastle as well. They're on 32 points. And West Ham on 35 points. So this is a very, very important game for us. Very important game. I fully understand. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not some sort of a deluded fan. I fully understand how crazy the atmosphere is going to be at Anfield. I fully get it. I mean, the way Jurgen Klopp has decided to call it a day with Liverpool at the end of the season, very well timed, very strategic, because it's going to now, I know a few people are saying that potentially it could have a reverse effect on the team. We shall see. I feel the team is now going to die for Jurgen Klopp. They're absolutely going to die for him. And every single game, the emotions are going to be high because the way Jurgen Klopp has done this is, it's do or die. This is my last season. Go out there and win the league for me. Do you know what I mean? So well strategized by Jurgen Klopp, and I get it. At Anfield, atmosphere is going to be crazy. The fans are going to be chanting Jurgen Klopp's name. They're going to be singing his name. They're going to be lifting the players. But our players should have some pride. They should be playing for us Chelsea fans. Go out there and just think about us. Think about the fans. Think about how much suffering the fans, Chelsea fans, have had to endure over the past almost 2 seasons. Think about all the things, insults, the abuse that these players have had to endure, that the manager has had to endure on a regular basis. Almost the entire team and the manager, they're getting ridiculed. Use that to showcase this is it. This is the match. This right here is the match. At Anfield, there could not be a bigger stage. This is the occasion that you go out there and you show that things are slowly changing. I'm not going to fall for it straight away, obviously. Like last time I fell for it against Manchester City, and wow, the decline was crazy. I'm not going to fall for it even if we do get a draw, but at least it will be something. At least it will bring back some form of belief that maybe Pochettino is cut out for it. If Pochettino ends up getting spanked and loses, what's the point? What's the point? Like, it will only prove that he's not cut out at the highest level. Yeah, sure, he can compete against the lower sort of sides, but when it comes to the top of the top, what's the point if you get ripped up? What's the point if you get hammered? So this young team, this manager, they've got a lot to prove. Obviously, the board as well. They've got a lot to prove, and they need to look at this particular game and have their own storyline, have their own narrative that go out there and ruin Liverpool's party. As Pochettino, you know what? I didn't watch the press conference, but I did see some of the quotes from the press conference from Mauricio Pochettino, and I liked what he said. This time around, I actually really, really liked what he said. He said that we are not going to Liverpool at Anfield and becoming part of their celebration. No. We're going there to ruin their celebration. I love that. I love that from Pochettino. That's the kind of message we want to send. That's the kind of message we want to send to the fan base. That's the kind of message we want to send to the players. That's the kind of message we want to send to the opposition. Because Jurgen Klopp has also said to the Liverpool fans, make it as uncomfortable as possible for Chelsea players. So he's already put the war cry out there. Our players need to show our own motivation for this particular fixture. We've not beaten Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool haven't beaten us either in recent times. It's been all draws recently. But this is a good opportunity. This is a perfect opportunity. We've got them in the Carabao Cup final as well, which we need to win. But this right here, I do not give 2 cents about Liverpool's emotion. I do not care about Jurgen Klopp leaving. Obviously, in a broader perspective, yeah, the Premier League is going to lose out on an elite manager. Jurgen Klopp, outstanding manager. He'll go down as one of the best in the Premier League that has ever seen. But me, right now, I do not care. I do not care about him leaving at the end of the season. I do not care about the emotions because he's not my manager. He's their manager. So our players need to worry about us. Our players need to see our own storyline. For too long, we've been ridiculed. For way too long, we've been ridiculed as a football club. It's time to stand up. It's time to stand up. Valen Poch told the squad to enjoy Middlesbrough. I don't trust what he's going to say to motivate the players at Anfield. Look, we shall see. We shall see. It'll be all very, very clear for us. If we lose, I'm not going to be happy. Because, as I said, recently we've been building some momentum. Recently, we've actually been pretty okay-ish overall. Yeah, there's a lot of improvement that still needs to be made. But I think in recent times, it's slightly going forward again. The performances are a little bit more consistent. Pochettino himself has said it. I don't want that momentum to be broken with a loss or even a devastating loss, because that will really, really shatter us. And right after this, we've got Wolves. Ain't going to be easy either. And then right after that, Aston Villa at Villa Park. And we saw Newcastle went out there and beat Aston Villa just last night. We can do this. We can do this. We don't need to be part of their celebration. I don't care. I know Liverpool, they're going for the title. I know they are hot favorites for this particular game. I know they are going to be absolutely gun-ho. Like they will put their blood and soul on the field for Jurgen Klopp, but so should our players. We've got a lot to play for as well. We could potentially be in the top 6, looking at a Europa League berth. And that is what I kind of expected in the start of this season anyway, probably 6th. I know later on I got really excited once we got Caicedo and Lavia, and I started saying that maybe 3rd isn't real situation. But 6th, at least, from what we had last season, 12th, 6th would be mad progress. And that will give major belief in regards to Pochettino and also to the current board and the owners as well. There's a big opportunity at a bare minimum draw, and if you can squeeze out a win somehow, wow. You destroy Liverpool's morale. You put a dent on their title charge. Why not? Why should we just simply allow Liverpool to just walk all over us and waltz towards that title? No, let's make it difficult. Let's make it difficult. In life, no limits. Big up, Miz. Spot on, brother. We actually need these points more than Liverpool. Yeah, look, I'm not going to say we need it more than Liverpool. I mean, I'd like to think our players feel that way. They need it just as much as well. They're going for the title, but we have our reasons of wanting these 3 points. We need to execute our game. We need to have a good game plan. We can't be going there and just getting rattled. We cannot. We can't be going there and getting rattled. Go out there, have a game plan, execute the game plan. We're a lot of talented players. It's time to step up. Time to step up and deliver at the highest level. This is what will change you from being a kid to a man. These are the games that transform you from being a kid to a grown-up. Skylar saying, after ages today, we will have 2 proper fullbacks in Gusto and Chilwell, and I feel Connor will start as this game is perfect for him as he will counter press and get and the great work rate is needed. I'm gonna do my lineup. I'm not gonna do a predicted lineup. I'm gonna do my lineup very, very soon. But also, ladies and gentlemen, it's obviously deadline day today. Once the match finishes, I don't know whether there's going to be some mad transfers. I'm starting to think they're probably not going to be any business, man. I really do think. Shubha is saying, and our squad and manager is pretty capable of getting that position. Yeah, of course. Of course, indeed. Dexter's saying, Max News, Miz? Max? What's Max saying? Let's have a look. 11 hours ago. Pochettino and the squad have done a lot of hard preparation for tomorrow. Pochettino is treating it as a mega test for the young squad to see who is able to cope with the pressure and atmosphere of Anfield. He wants the players to be fearless and upset the party. I love it. That's exactly how it needs to be. That is exactly how it needs to be. Valan Low, he has the comment, how has this comment become who is prophet and who isn't? I was just giving my opinion like how many others. Okay, you guys must be talking amongst each other. Joshua Miz, Caicedo has a chance to make a statement here. And do you know what? Thanks for bringing this up, Joshua. Caicedo has also been ridiculed by Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp keeps referring about Caicedo and Lavia in the press conference that Liverpool were lucky not to get Caicedo and Lavia. They're very, very ecstatic. They're very happy. They're lucky that they didn't land Caicedo and Lavia. They deem them as flops, especially Caicedo, obviously with Lavia, it's injury. They deem Caicedo as a flop. Do you know what? I just want to quickly touch base on that. And obviously, as Joshua said in the live chat, Caicedo has a lot to prove as well in this game. Yeah, that's his motivation. Opposition manager coming out and saying you're a flop. That's your motivation. You need to now show that you're not a flop. And just on that, look, there's one section of the Chelsea fan base that are saying Caicedo's a flop. There's another section that's saying Caicedo's been bloody damn brilliant. Look, it's somewhere in between. Let's be honest. In recent times, Caicedo's actually looked all right. In recent times. In combination with Enzo Fernandez, finally that chemistry is coming together. But a lot of the problems that we see in our midfield is not because of the players. It's because of the manager. He needs to set up a good structure for these players to shine. And I think over the last couple of games, both Enzo and Caicedo are shining a lot more than what they were doing in the earlier stages of the season. Caicedo, let's be honest, in the early parts of the season wasn't looking that good. But I don't think it was predominantly his fault, you know. He's coming from a system-based manager in Brighton where everything worked, you know, it was clockwork. There was a method. Then he's come to Chelsea Football Club and it's all just willy-nilly, just running around everywhere. There doesn't seem to be a system. But now, slowly, I think it's starting to click. So, Caicedo, I don't think is a flop. But at the same time, I don't think we've seen the same levels as Brighton. But as I said, that's not the player's issue. I think that's more to do with the manager not being able to set up correctly. Aman, big up to you, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Big up, Miz, for always speaking bitter truth about board and owners. Unfortunately, some carefree creators were making fun of you, Eunice and Matisse, in last night's stream. Come on, Chels, beat Liverpool. Making fun of me, Eunice and Matisse, in last night's stream. What are you talking about, man? Eunice and Matisse making fun of me? Yeah, I don't think so, man. I highly, highly doubt it. Generally, if these lads, they have something for me to say, they'll tell me directly. They wouldn't be making fun of me. And if it is some sort of jokes, then I'm pretty sure it's just friendly banter. We literally talk to each other on a daily basis on WhatsApp. So, yeah, I don't think. Oh, okay. I understand what you mean. Unfortunately, some carefree creators were making fun of you, Eunice, and Matisse. Okay. Some people were making fun of us. All right, carefree. Okay, I understand now. I got what you mean, Aman. Why? Can someone send me a link or a clip as to who was making fun of us? I don't see what kind of fun they're making. Like I don't understand what they are. I'm saying not Eunice and Matisse. Carefree Lewis was making fun of you three. Maybe look, each to their own, man. I've never had any issues with Lewis, to be honest. I've never had any issues. So, I once again, I highly doubt. Like I've spoken to Lewis a few times as well. We've been very respectful to each other. I think at the end of the day, look, there is a section of the fan base that think the manager is only the issue, right? There's a section that tends to think the manager, you change the manager, everything is just going to be clicking into gears. I personally feel that's naive. That's very naive. If you think Pochettino is the 100% of the issue, then you're having a laugh. Pochettino is definitely an issue. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fully convinced with Poch. I don't think he's got the capabilities to compete against the best of the best managers. But that aside, the owners, the board, the owners, it's clear to see the owners, they don't know too much about football, man. Like, if there is enough evidence, there is enough anecdotal evidence out there that the owners actually don't know too much about football. They may be savvy business people. They are very successful business people, but that may be in the financial sector or so on and so forth. And in terms of sports, okay, they may be very, very good in terms of American sports, because the American sports, they operate in a different manner. It's all about consumerism. It's all about entertainment. American sport, it's very different, man. They didn't have any idea about European football and how football operates in Europe. And it's clear to see. The people they have hired are predominantly all mediocre people. Who goes out there and hires Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart to run a top club in Europe? Right? And look at the model that the owners are starting to create. Young players under the age of 25, 23 even at times. Pure profit, selling as many academy players, balancing the books. It's all about finding different revenue streams, which is fine. Got nothing against that. I think football clubs should, but the focus is a lot about that. So it's clear. It's clear that the owners, they've not grasped the situation as yet, and their ambitions are not completely football success related. There is a large portion, maybe lopsided portion, that is towards financial gains. It's clear to see. As I said, then you take it to the next level with the board, the couple of, the sporting directors that we have. Data analysts. These two were actually data analysts. So the kind of recruitment they're doing for Pochettino, it's not making it easy. Players like Mudryk they were linked with Arsenal. Out of nowhere, Chelsea just came in and bought that particular player. So obviously there wasn't any planning. There may be some planning now, but the planning is probably not adequate for Chelsea Football Club. The planning we're seeing now is more suitable towards Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund kind of a plan, or a Brighton type of a plan. So if you're one of those fans that's sitting there and just blaming Pochettino non-stop, and as I said, Poch is 100% culpable as well. He's not good enough, in my opinion. I'm willing to be proven wrong, but so far, I'm not convinced. But if you're sitting there and actually thinking that he is the core problem, he is the only problem, then you can laugh as much as you want. You can laugh as much as you want. You can ridicule me as much as you want. You can have banter, whatever. It's up to you. But logically, if you break everything down, it's not all just the manager. It's a multitude of things. Look at the medical team. Look at what the owners did as soon as they came in. They decimated the entire organization. They got rid of everyone. So, but yeah, coming back to the match, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the lineup. Let's get straight into the lineup now. I'm going with a 4-2-3-1 formation. As you guys can see, this is my lineup. This is not predicted lineup, by the way. This is my lineup. Predicted lineup, who knows? It can be anything. Harsh just shared something. Sorry, Joshua just shared something. 16-year-old Kendry Pires was named Liga Pro's best young player and best offensive player for 2023. He also made the team of the season. He'll join Chelsea in the summer 2025. That's great news. It's great news. Okay, so this is my team. And I know some of those selection probably may not happen, and that's fine. I don't care. This is my team. This is the team that I would put out. And it'll be interesting to see if that's the same thing that Pochettino does. All right, goalkeeper. Petrovic has been on fire, and he's gonna need to be on fire in this particular game. He will have his work cut out. I think this will be a top challenge for Petrovic. I think so far we can all say that Petrovic is undoubtedly the Chelsea number one goalkeeper right now. I think we've seen enough games to say that his composure, that his footballing IQ as a goalkeeper, the way his saves, his shot-stopping ability, and even his ball distribution is quite decent. So it's categorically evident that Petrovic is Chelsea's number one right now. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But this particular challenge against Liverpool, I think this will be the big one. This will be the big one, and let's see how he manages this particular match. For me, Thiago Silva. Levi Colwell, by the way, is injured, ladies and gentlemen. Levi Colwell is injured. Nkunku is back. I don't expect him to start. Malagusto is back. I don't expect him to start either. But it'll be good firepower from the bench. Our bench hopefully will start to look good. Thiago Silva will partner. Actually, Buddy Shield's going to have to play. Because we're going to have to play with Desasi as a right back. So Thiago Silva. Malagusto has just returned back from injury. I can't expect him to start. Desasi will start for me in the right side. And Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell needs to be flying on that left side. Now, I need Ben Chilwell to absolutely rip it up. I need him to run these channels over here. I need him to invert. I need him to come through these half spaces at times. I think Ben Chilwell is going to be a very, very important player in tonight's game against Liverpool. He will need to support the attackers up front as well. You never know. Maybe put down Ben Chilwell for a goal. Never know. Put down Ben Chilwell for a goal. Okay. This is where it's going to get all very, very exciting. I think Enzo Fernandez is a given. This is going to be a big match for Enzo Fernandez. We need him to have a very, very top game, a controlling game. Need him to 100% control that midfield. Caicedo to partner him in midfield. Need Caicedo to have a big game as well. He's another player that's been ridiculed by Jurgen Klopp, so need him to have a very, very good game. I will have Raheem Sterling on that left side. Sterling needs to capitalize on the high line that Liverpool generally will have. Liverpool likes to play with the high line. They want to play in the opposition half as much as possible. Raheem Sterling needs to be able to pin down Trent Alexander-Arnold as much as he can. Raheem Sterling needs to give Trent Alexander-Arnold something to think about. That's a big one. That's a big matchup that's coming up right there. On the left side, I'll go with Cole Palmer. This is my team, by the way. I know some of you guys might go with Madueke. You can go with Cole Palmer in the middle. But I'm going with Conor Gallagher in the middle. And I'll tell you why. I think this game, you need a lot of energy, intensity, counter-pressing, running. Against Liverpool, you need to match that in midfield. You really do. And the fact that you have Ben Chilwell that's going to bomb up and down. Ben Chilwell is going to connect with the attack. You do need a little bit of cover in the midfield. When Ben Chilwell bombs forward and he leaves a bit of a gap, Buddy Ashil will probably shift to the left side. Thiago Silva will probably come into the middle. And you need someone like Caicedo obviously will come through the central area. You need someone like Gallagher to be able to cover those grounds as well. So this is why I'm going with Conor Gallagher. Don't get too worried about the fact that, Conor Gallagher is playing as a number 10. We're not coming against a low block team where we need a number 10 to create a lot of stuff. Don't forget, Raheem Sterling is there. Cole Palmer will be there. Enzo Fernandez from deep will be there. Ben Chilwell will add to the attack. So don't worry about Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher's biggest role in tonight's match is going to be off the ball. On the ball, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Lay it off as quickly as possible. Up front, this is where it gets tricky. Nicholas Jackson will be back for this particular match, but he's apparently going to be good enough to be in the bench. Obviously, Senegal just got knocked out in AFCON, and he's apparently arrived in Manchester, and he's going to be in time to make it to the bench against Liverpool. He won't be able to start, which then leaves us. I need to play with a striker. I know we're not convinced with him, and I know his name is up in the market. He's potentially going to be sold. I don't know. Today's the day. I mean, if he gets sold, then it has to be today. But I'm still I'm playing with Broja. And maybe, you know what? Maybe Armando Broja doesn't get sold. Maybe we don't do any business in this particular transfer window, which is probably not the right way to go about things. But I think Chelsea Football Club are really putting all the eggs on Victor Osimhen in the summer. So, and in the summer as well, we'll be looking at selling Conor Gallagher, Armando Broja, Chalobah. But maybe for the time being, we'll keep it as it is. So this is my team, ladies and gentlemen. This is the team that I'm going with. Petrovic in goalkeeping position, Ben Chilwell left back, Buddy Ashil, Thiago Silva in the middle, Desasi in the right back position, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Gallagher in midfield, Raheem Sterling on the left, Cole Palmer on the right, Armando Broja up front. I'm expecting, as I said, Liverpool to play with a high line. I'm expecting us to work really hard off the ball and then try and exploit the space that's going to be left behind Liverpool's defense. And hopefully the pace of Sterling, pace of Broja will come in handy. And obviously, as I said, when we do have the ball, I'm pretty certain someone like Chilwell will probably bomb forward. Desasi potentially could be a little bit reserved, but every now and then maybe he could push forward as well. But that needs to be obviously balanced. You can't have both the fullbacks just bomb forward, and then you do need Buddy Ashil, Thiago Silva to get some help with Caicedo and Gallagher. But don't forget as well, I think it's going to be a very, very solid bench for us too. We're going to have Nkunku in the bench. We're going to have Malo Gusto in the bench. Obviously, players like Madueke and Mudryk, they got a lot to prove, especially Mudryk. If Mudryk gets an opportunity against Liverpool, he's got to show that he's capable of playing for Chelsea Football Club. There's a lot of criticism towards Mikel Mudryk, and he needs to start delivering because he's been around at Chelsea Football Club for a little while now. Do you know what I mean? He's been here for more than a year. So it's now time to slowly show that consistency. So yeah, the bench is going to be powerful. This is my team. I'm going with the draw. It's going to be another draw. I don't think it's going to be boring draw. I think it's going to be a good draw. I reckon it might be 2-2, I think it might be 2-2. I'm going with 2-2. And if we can get a victory, fantastic. But if we lose, I think that's going to be hella disappointing, man. And it'll just further reiterate the fact that Mauricio Pochettino is probably not cut out to be the manager of Chelsea Football Club. Yogi is saying, Miz, we need to take Klopp releasing his leaving statement as a disrespect against us. They think a cup is in the bag. Yeah, all of this. Like they think everything is in the bag now. They think everything is in the bag. Now that Klopp has announced that, now their players are going to win every single game for him. No, we're there. We will be there. Felix, Miz, I agree with Shuba. I agree with Shuba. If we're going with Broja, he can't cope with Virgil van Dijk and Konate. False nine might be good option to open up their defense in with. Yeah, I did think about that, but false nine against a high line don't mean anything, to be honest. Like, Liverpool predominantly will try and play as high as possible. They're not going to have a mid to low block. I think I'd rather have a striker that's going to at least occupy Virgil van Dijk and Konate. Having a false nine dropping in midfield, and look, they're going to stack up the midfield anyway. And if we're going to do that, it'll just further invite them to push up in the line. And if we're looking to at times cross, which you best believe we will be looking to cross the ball at times, or we're looking to send the ball long at times, what's the point? If you're playing with Cole Palmer, you then are saying that you need everything to be on the ground. And if that's going to be the case, you want Cole Palmer to play as a false nine, then I'd rather not play with Conor Gallagher. I'd rather play with like a Kani Chukwuemeka or something. Someone who's going to be able to put some sort of an attacking threat. The reason why I'm going for Conor Gallagher is I'll go with Armando Broja up top. Do you know what I mean? So, look, I mean, it can go either way, but that's my team. I'm going with that team. That's my team. I've gone with that team, and that's how it's going to be because Stone Cold said so. All right, we're going to wrap things up. If Gallagher doesn't start, that means he's leaving too. I mean, if anyone leaves, they got to leave today. Like, today is the last day. It all ends. The transfer window ends today. Someone's saying fab tweet. Let's have a look. Joshua saying fab tweet. We wanted Bellingham and realized it would not happen. We thought we could get maybe Caicedo, so we went in, but he had an emotional agreement already with Chelsea and Pochettino. Lavia had his own reasons, so we were there. We were lucky. We found Wataru. There you go. More disrespect for our players. More disrespect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Deadline day is tomorrow. Does deadline day actually end tomorrow? Is it 1st of February or 31st of January? Can someone clarify that for me? Is deadline day tonight or is it tomorrow? Yeah, today, midnight. Gianni, I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's today, midnight, finito. 31st Jan, midnight. Gianni, can you tell me why you thought it's tomorrow? Unless you're still living in yesterday and it will be tomorrow for you. Tomorrow. Unless you're like 24 hours, nearly 24 hours behind. Yeah, great. I think people that are in America, I think people that are in Canada or America, it's for you it's tomorrow because 31st January. 31st January. That's what Sky Sports said. I'm pretty sure the deadline is today. I'm pretty sure deadline said. I could be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for the watch along. Make sure you guys are all there for the watch along. We'll have a members call in as well during the pre-match show for the watch along. So do make sure the members, you guys are here. And then post-match, I won't be able to spend too much time because I'll have work. So might not have a members call in after that, but we'll try and squeeze in some members call in again during the week once it sort of calms down again. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.